Welcome back. Starting with some breaking news coming in. The police has detained Swadeshi Jagran Manch members and some army veterans who were protesting outside China's embassy to India. That's the latest breaking update. We're picking up visuals of the same on your television screens. An angry crowd there protesting outside China's embassy to India. The nation is angry. Tejinder Singh Suri, our Jammu Bureau Chief, joining us with more details. Tejinder, several groups, several army veterans protesting outside China's embassy to India. So there is a growing call to boycott Chinese goods. The larger message is we must now become self-reliant, self-dependent, and must teach China a strong lesson.
See, Christine, this is the issue on which the entire nation today stands together. Several protests are being held all across the country. Even in Jammu and Kashmir, we have witnessed several protests since morning. And now this protest is being held outside the Chinese embassy because it was the People's Liberation Army of China that backstabbed the Indian soldiers who had gone there to hold dialogues with their Chinese counterpart to get the tent removed that was agreed on by both the sides on June 6th, and now there is a growing anger among the people across the country who want that there should be a complete boycott on Chinese products. The products which are manufactured by Chinese companies should be banned in India, and people should restrain from buying the products which are made in China. So clearly, growing anger among the people, and people are expressing their protest. The entire population of 1.30 billion Indians, they stand together in the solidarity with our brave hearts who sacrifice their own lives to ensure that they safeguard the sovereignty and integrity of this nation. If you remember yesterday when the army issued a statement, they said that the army will go to any extent to ensure that the sovereignty and integrity of this country is maintained, and the people across the nation, they have stood shoulder to shoulder with the army. And you can see that several protests are being held all across the nation, be it in the down south, here in the northern India, be it in the east.
And Tejinder,
everywhere people are protesting.
As a matter of fact, Tejinder, it's not just protests that we're looking at, but also real implementation that is taking place. We've been speaking to several people from Confederation of All India Traders, also members of Swadeshi Jagran Manch. They've been putting out their perspective in front of our channel. They've been saying that they've already started taking steps in that direction. They've already started working on a nationwide campaign to boycott Chinese goods. This is getting as real as it can.
Yes, Christine, there are many organizations, including the Swadeshi Jagran Manch and several other organizations, which have said that they will move towards ensuring that the Chinese products, they are not sold here in India. People have an alternative. If you remember, during the lockdown period, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had also spoken about how it was the need of the hour to be Atmanirbhar, to be self-reliant. And these incidents do teach us a lesson that why it is important when the Prime Minister of the country says that we should be self-reliant, we should be Atmanirbhar. So this is the need of the hour, and also the entire nation today wants to teach China a lesson, because you know that China largely depends on its export, and large amount of money or which is the part of the Chinese economy comes from the import which India does of Chinese goods. So clearly the onus is also on the government of India to provide an alternative to the people so that they don't rely on Chinese goods. We know that China has invested huge sum of money to ensure that their products remain low cost. But now it is the time of need of the hour that people across India should also realize that we should not rely only on the low cost products, but we should focus on those products which are made in India, so as to help our economy grow, not to send our money across to China, which helps Chinese economy to grow, and later they use the very same money to build their armed forces so that they could target the neighboring countries. We all know that China has strained relations not only with India but all the neighboring countries which China has. China, with its expansionist ideology, want to usurp up the territory of all its neighboring countries. Yes, Christine.